Hi again, YouTubers. It's Lunatic Fringer here, and just wanted to share a quick little story this morning. And it goes back to whenever I was in high school. I had 3 friends that I ran around with a lot, and that was essentially my gaming group too. So we were out one weekend, gathering up the gaming group, going to each other's houses, getting our stuff, getting ready to come back to my house. And we've got most of our shit in the car, and we're heading through the country to go pick up the last of the munchies, because hey, if you're going to be gaming, you want to have some munchies. And I'm talking, we had miniatures in the back, dice, frozen meatloaf, and I'll get back to that frozen meatloaf here shortly. Now, if you were back in high school and you were like me, you probably had a little bit of fun. Me, not so much. It was mostly my friends that were involved with most of my fun. So, we're headed to our friend's house, and we take the back roads. I live in BFE, Illinois. North City, Illinois, if you want to look that up. I'll try and link that below. And, I didn't even know we had something called Thrill Hills. So, we're driving through these back roads, heading towards, my buddy's house, pick up the last of the goodies before we come to my house. And then my best friend, up in the front seat of this Delta 88, ran like a top too. He grabs the shit grips, puts his foot up on the dashboard, looks over at my friend, he's like, "It's your song, man, it's your song!" Naturally, my buddy throttled it. I had no idea what was going on. I don't think my buddy next to me had any idea what was going on. So we're going over Thrill Hills, and essentially all it is some steep hills out in the country, just a couple of them, but with enough of a hump on the top that if you ramp this thing, you're going sailing. Not quite like that scene you often see from, is it Los Angeles or San Francisco, has the steep hill that's in movies all the time? Kind of like that. So we launch into the air. Everything goes weightless to me. Fascinating experience. I'm scared. I'm excited. Bunch of stuff going on. But I'll always remember this because for a split second, everything goes weightless. But everything kind of stops too. It goes into slow motion. And there's this meatloaf spinning in the back. Spinning. Right in the back of my damn head. And then, of course, gravity gives way and takes effect. There's a big thump, some jerking. We're all getting tossed around. Shit's bouncing everywhere. My ass goes through the cushion of this back seat, and I feel metal on my ass. We go sailing a little bit, screech to a stop, and I'll never forget it. My friend stops, and of all things to worry about, it isn't, "Hey, everybody okay?" It's, "My hubcaps!" Seriously? Your hubcaps? What about my fucking underwear, man? Especially after that shit. So, my friend next to me adds to it. He goes, "Anyone else smell gas?" Oh, shit. We get out. Of course, we crack the tank. And the idiots that we are, we cooperate, and we decide we're going to stick to the same story. We saw an animal. This rock came up, hit the tank. So we rushed to our friend's house. And his dad is a big man. Or he seemed bigger at the time, I guess. Threatening at the time. And he comes out of the house. He's got one of those cheap little plastic square lights from Walmart, and this is what scared the shit out of me. We tell him our story. He already knows we're lying. Gets under the car with the light, and the light's about this far off the ground, and his hand just shakes. Barely. And it taps. Just taps the ground. This is what scared me. Shatters. Just shatters. Gets mad, pissed off at us. He's like, "Everybody in the car now!" So we pile into his car and he brings us home. We don't see our friend for a while. Of course, he's grounded. And Well, as stories go, we kind of laugh about it later and forget about it. And then all of us pretty well go into the military, except for one of my friends. And anyway, it's beside the point. His dad comes over to my house, runs into my mom, and this is what makes me smile, because I think about this more than I do that event, I guess. He's laughing about the story with my mom, and he says, "Did they really think we were that fucking stupid?" and that makes me giggle to this day, because no, we never thought he was that stupid. We were just that stupid. Let this be a reminder to you. Always tell the truth first. And don't do anything that you may end up dying over, because come to find out, after he followed the gas trail back, we landed on the bumper, and pretty well, if we'd gone just a little bit faster, I think, we could have flipped that car and died. So, trust me, while fun is worth it, it's not worth dying over. Be careful, especially if you have a Thrill Hills. I can laugh about it now because it was pretty funny, but it could have been a lot more serious.